get back to winning ways over in the Premier League, but there's nothing stopped Manchester City after the oust West Ham 2-1 at their place. But what's going to happen this midweek? With a whole host of games coming at you, and of course your picks, my picks, they're coming at you next. Today we take a look at Matchday number, I think it is, 27? Something like that. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, I'm asking you, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe and keep you bang out today with all things blabbering rosé, Premier League related, football related. We got to know here, boys, on the wall, Rooski. That's right, boys and girls, of course. No rest for the wicked. Games are coming thick and fast, and they'll be probably tonight, of course, with the first game. So be in there with your picks very, very quick, of course. We'll take a look at it in just a second. A big shout out to the Patreons. You know who you are. Look at this in the salmon shirt. A big shout out to the Patreons. Check out the link down below if you want to join the illustrious band of men and women. The fantastic link. We're up to 25 right now. We're trying to get up to 30. No real date set on that, but of course you could push me closer to that target. If you want to explore that, make sure you do so. Check out the link down below. So anyway, we're going to jump to the deep end, of course, and have a little look how we got on last hour. And then shall we kick it all off with my picks? Here we go. So kick it off all the way back, of course, back onto Saturday, the 27th of Feb. Manchester City came out up with a 2-1 win over West Ham United. Ruben Diaz on the score sheet before John Stones with the winner on the 68th minute. Mikel Antonio gave West Ham home hope, but unfortunately not good enough. Saw that game. That was a pretty good game, of course. West Ham, they were decent, despite Manchester City's better qualities. West Ham gave them a run for the money. Meanwhile, of course, West Brom against Brighton and Albion, big win for the Baggies. Of course, 1-0 win on the day. Allardyce slowly but surely trying to grind out the wins. Carl Bartley on the score sheet giving them the win. Of course, dragging Brighton into the thick of things. Still got a lot of work to do down there, though, but that's, of course, pushing them in the right direction. Meanwhile, Leeds, they lost at home to Aston Villa. Of course, Anwar El Ghazi on the score sheet giving them the win on the road. Actually, with the 2-0 win for Leeds. Shame on me. Meanwhile, Newcastle took a couple of points off Wolves. I won one in the end, and I got this one bang on the bloody nose. That's right. Jamal Lascelles and squashy Ruben Neves as well. Giving the point split right down the middle. Over into, of course, Sunday's games. There was a 0-0 draw between Palace and Fulham. Nothing to see here. I actually went with the 2-1 win for Fulham, but unfortunately I was wrong. Meanwhile, Arsenal got themselves a big old 3 points against Leicester. Yuri Tillmans on the score sheet for Leicester before Louise Lacazette and Nicolas Pepe gave Arsenal the tree brother points. That's right. In the end, actually, I went with a 3-1 win going in favour of Leicester. Of course, it was the Bale show up against for Spurs up against Burnley. Bale with a couple of goals there. Kane and Moura as well as they pissed all over them six-fingered freaks. Burnley got my score there, 2-0, double it, and that's what you're at. Of course, meanwhile, Chelsea against United was a bore draw, Snorefest, not really getting excited about it. I actually went big with this one with a 3-1 for Chelsea, but guess what? I need to understand that Man United and the big boys usually ends up pretty flat, so 0-0 in the end. Meanwhile, Sheffield United, they did lose to Liverpool in the end. Curtis Jones and Keane Bryan on the score sheet in his own net, giving them 2-3 points for Liverpool. And of course, I went with a 3-1 win, not too shabby. Of course, Everton did get themselves a cheeky win over Southampton. Rick Carlson on the score sheet on the 9th minute to give them the win. 2-0 for me. Not too shabby. I got myself 6 out of 10, which is pretty good. What about you guys then? Let's take a look at your picks in just a second. Of course, the table looks like this. Manchester City are 12 points clear over Manchester United in second. Leicester down to third. West Ham, of course, both of those two sides losing. So, good chance for maybe the Liverpool to maybe get themselves right back into it. Of course, a win this midweek against Chelsea, and they have the potential to go into the top bloody 4. I'm just making sure that that's right. That is right. Everton also within touching distance as well. Spurs got a little bit of work to do, as do the likes of Villa and Arsenal. On the fifth table, Sheffield United are going down. It looks like West Brom not too far away either. And of course, Fulham still in the hunt. But of course, a win this week. Do they play midweek? Fulham are playing Spurs this week. If they were going to beat them on Thursday, guess what? They could get out of the drop zone and pull the likes of Brighton or bloody Newcastle into the hot spot. That's what we want to see. That's right, drag them suckers in there. Of course, we'll take a look at that. Of course, what you think in the next round matches shortly. But of course, here we go, boys and girls. The criteria is there for you to see. But here, have a look at your picks then, shall we? Of course, Cody Go kicked us off with absolutely fantastic picks. Alex Weller did bits. R787B, he picked them. He did all right. He's also predicted boosted bonus, but I'm sure you got to come back again to get those counted because I'm not going to retract this video. Of course, Tom Stainer did good as well. Well done to you. I should have done it. So also you did poop, but it's okay. Hans Worst did good. And MC, you know me. Listen, Alan MC, you know me, also did good, of course. Visitor did great. Yeah, for the NPP, not too shabby, of course. Imagine Monday also did good. Pie Guy did alright. Ricardo W, not too shabby. Ivan Stringer did poop. A Judio did also pretty good. Of course, the good challenge, not too shabby as well. Okay, did okay. Olagiojo did absolutely fabulous as well. Well done to you. Isami Adu did okay. Mr. Matt Russell also did good. Rihanna Buster did bits. Aaron Kumar, not too shabby. James BCFC, great. You're shite though this week. England 2020 also did okay. 4077, not too shabby. Shane O'Donnell did okay. Well done to you. Of course, Ahmed Sochi also did very, very well as well. Shadow Ninja did good. Kev Matthews, not too bad. Russell Frost, well done. Nathan M also did very, very good as well. George K. Isef, not too shabby. Of course, Barcelona East also did good. Ahmin or Amin HD, not too bad. Shepard, absolutely fabulous, of course. And Joachim Jackson also did very, very well indeed. Of course, kicking on further, what we have Jacob Nungare, he's okay. Yannick Seifeld did shite. Nobody 7, not too shabby. Of course, Matt got did bits. Well done to you. Of course, Kostas K, he's okay. Milakos Jalikovic, he's not okay. Ole Hambling, he also did okay. Jaden Hagen, not too shabby. He did poop actually. Mark Chapman also did great. Escamilli, here's a picture. Let's give him extra love. He's just missing the flash. That's just because of bad admin. And Legolas Good also did good. Adrian K1Z did okay. Aston Villa C also did poop. Adrian McWashington with the coolest name in town also did good. Fernando Siska Segerman, not too shabby. Of course, Roberto Hollis did bits. And Gaming Charlie also did very, very well indeed. Let's take a look at the leaderboard for this week. This week alone, if your name's Ilbert and our solicitor, close your bloody eyes. As for the rest of them, well, Legolas Good and Yannick Bustler are your king pings with 7. Me, alongside the coolest name in town, Edric McWashington, alongside Matt Garner, A-Buddy 7, Omar Skivio, Mark Chapman, Ultra Open Sochi Nathan, Eva, Shane O'Donnell, Russell Frost, Freddie 77, Ricardo W, and Arthur Beneza. Me also did pretty fantastic as well in your top 3, of course. But what about the overall leaderboard? Well, there is an outright leader, I believe, and his name is Yav VMBP. Only just, though, by small percentage margins. It is very, very fluctuatable between those top 3 there. Yav VMBP, Ahmed Sochi, and of course Shane O'Donnell. And then you've got the chasing pack. Hans Wurst is not too far away either. Near there is Omaji Monday. And of course the chasing packet is very, very tight. Look, 4 percentage points separate the top 12. And then you've got a whole host of guys breathing down your necks. Of course, let's kick it on further with these bonus games. It is a mini match week, of course. Just doing these ones. And then we'll be back again on Thursday/Friday as we look forward to the full fixture list this weekend. So here we go. Kicking it all off on it's Tuesday. It'll be right here, right now. Today even. Between these two sides. 2 for Manchester City, 3 for Wolves. Of course, 1 bloody draw last round. Of course, at the FEF was a 2-0 win for Wolves. Back in the Premier League, of course, back in October 2019. Albion Traore with a brace. Of course, they do play pretty well against Manchester City. They're probably their bogey side. I would watch this game otherwise, but I'm watching Rovers tomorrow, so I can't watch that. But of course, they also mentioned this is in Molineux was a 3-1 win, brother. Of course, for Manchester City earning the season, De Bruyne, Foden, and Gabriel Jesus and Scorsese Jimenez as well. City have actually won their last 14 matches in the Premier League. Was Wolves undefeated in the last 5. They could grind out some results. Of course, coming into this, just 1 defeat the past 6 games. Their 1 defeat was against Southampton in the FA Cup. Like I said, Manchester City are unbeaten in a whole bunch of games. Coming to this 11-2 on the Ali Stone Cold Fair. 61 is your draw. 16-1 is your win, of course, for Wolves. Of course, if City were to win, they could open up a potential 15-point lead over Manchester United. As for the opposition, Wolves are down to 12th, but for them, they could go as high as 10th in the table, brother. Of course, Manchester City will win this one with a 2-0 win at the end. Next, of course, them 6-figure freaks. Taking, of course, Burnley, of course, now I'm joking. 6-figure freaks, Burnley, taking, of course, Leicester. They finished the last 6, 2 for the freaks, 3 for Leicester, 1 win. As in 1 draw, of course, last round at Turnmore was a 2-1 win for the Freakazoids. 2-1 in the end. Chris Wood, actually Westwood as well on the score sheet. RB Barnes on the score sheet, of course, he is out injured. They also played each other at the King Power this season. It was back in, of course, September 4-2 win for Leicester. Harvey Barnes, Eric Peters Big for OG, James Justin and Dennis Pratt on the score sheet. Jimmy Dunn and Chris Wood on the score sheet for Burnley. Of course, Burnley drawing the last 3 home matches. Leicester, though, undefeated in the last 8 on the road. They come into this just 1 win the past 6 games for Burnley. That was against Palace, of course. Meanwhile, back-to-back defeats for Leicester, losing to Prague and losing to Arsenal as well in the Europa League. Look at the odds on this one then. 3-1 for Burnley. 23-10 is your draw. Even Stevens is your Leicester. Of course, the Freakazoids are down to 15th, but for them, they could actually go as high as 14th, whereas Leicester in 3rd. And for them, they could go 2nd, depending on what goes on elsewhere. For me, I'm going to go with a 2-1 for Leicester City on this one. Away days, 3 points in the bag, and put Burnley in a bit of bother. Of course, next up, of course, Sheffield United taking, of course, Aston Villa. Of course, played each other in the last 6, 2 wins apiece and 2 bloody draws last round. At Bramwell Lane was back in December 2019. John Fleck with a brace. Of course, this time around, they played each other in Villa Park this season. Back in September was a 1-0 win for Villa. And Zikonzo no Yogo on the score sheet with John Egan got himself sent off. Southampton failed to win 26 of the last 29 matches in the Premier League. And they also failed to score in the last 3 as well. Meanwhile, Villa keeping a clean sheet in the last 3 away matches, and they'll be looking very good at this one. Just 1 defeat the past 4 games for them. That 1 defeat wins against Leicester. Meanwhile, just 1 win in the past 5 for Sheffield United. That was against Bristol City in the FA Cup. Cup. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Of course, Sheffield United coming out to 11-4 for the victory, 20 is your Villa. They are your favourites. 12-5 is the bloody draw. Villa coming at you all the way into 9th at the moment. Win for them, they could close in. Well, they could go 8th and close in on 7th. As for Sheffield United, they're rooted to the foot of the table, but a win for them, they could close in on West Brom. That's right. Can they get the win? I think they'll get a defeat on this one. 2-1 will take Villa 3 points and move the bloody chains. Next up, we've got Crystal Palace taking, of course, Manchester United down at Selhurst Park. Played the last 6, 2 Crystal Palace, 3 for Manchester United and 1 draw. Last round at Selhurst Park was a 2-0 win for, of course, Manchester United back in July 2020 without no fans, of course. Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial as well. They also played this season down at Old Trafford as a 3-1 win for Crystal Palace. Townsend, Zaha with a brace. Donny van der Beek on the score sheet as well for United. That's, of course, back in September. United are defeated in the last 20 away matches. They've also won the last 4 away matches against Palace in all competitions. They come into this back-to-back games without a win, back-to-back 0-0 draws, back-to-back games without a goal. As for Crystal Palace, they come into just 1 win in the past 4 games. That 1 win was against Brighton. So 2 teams looking for some more points on the board, of course. Heading into this on a Wednesday night, 7-1 for Crystal Palace, 5-2 on is United, 15-4 is the draw. Palace are all the way down into 13th, and a win for them. They could go as high as 11th. Manchester United actually in second, and win for them, they could close in on first. For me, I'm going to go with United with a 3-1 win. Comfortably 3 points in the bag. Next up, we got West Bromwich Albion up against Everton, of course, who just beat Southampton today. Of course, played to the last 6, 1 for the Baggies, 3 for Everton, 2 draws. Last round at the Hawthorns was a 0-0 draw back in Boxing Day 2017. They also played this season in Goodison Park back in September. It was a 5-2 win, 7-goal thriller. Cavalier with a hat-trick, Rodriguez and Keane on the score sheet, Matthias Pereira and Grady Dianganga on the score sheet for West Brom. Kieran Gibbs got himself sent off to make matters worse. Everton have actually won 5 of the last 6 away matches. Also undefeated in 11 of the last 12 matches against West Brom in all comps. Heading into this, though, back-to-back wins for Everton, beating Liverpool and, of course, beating Southampton. Meanwhile, just unbeaten in the last 3. That's the Baggies, drawing with United, drawing with Burnley, and, of course, beating Brighton. So, you know what? I think the Baggies have turned the corner here, hopefully. 10-3, they are your underdogs here. 30-5 is your draw, of course. 65 on is your Everton. Everton coming out in, of course, 7th, better win for them. They could go as high as 4th. The Baggies are down into 19th, better win for them. They could close in on 18th. And this, it would be the master plan will be in place. I've gone with a 1-0 win here, surprise, surprise, for West Brom to surprise us all with a home win, and of course bring the relegation fight into top gear. And then this is the game of the week. Of course, Liverpool take, of course, Chelsea at Anfield, of course, on Thursday, the 4th of March. Of course, these two sides played the last 6. 5 for Liverpool, 1 for Chelsea, and of course no draws last time around. In Anfield was a 5-3 win, goals galore on this one back in July 2020. In lockdown, Naby Keita on the score sheet, Trent Arnold, Alexander-Arnold, Jorginho Wijnaldum, Roberto Firmino, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on the score sheet. Of course, Giroud, Abraham, and Pulisic on the score sheet for Chelsea in an 8-goal thriller. Goodness gracious me. They also played this season at Stamford Bridge. It was a 2-0 win for Liverpool. Of course, Sadio Mane with a brace. So back-to-back wins for Liverpool over Chelsea. Liverpool have actually lost their last 4 home matches, though. Chelsea keeping the clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 matches as well. They're coming into this winning 4 of the past 6 games. That's Chelsea, but unbeaten in the last 6 as well. But the last 3 games, Liverpool just lost the once. That was against Everton. It was the Merseyside derby. Look at the bookies odds on this one. 65 for Liverpool, 21-10 is your Chelsea, 13-5 is the draw. Chelsea coming into this in 5th, and with them they could actually go as high as 4th. Liverpool are in 6th, and with them they could go as high as 4th as well. I think Liverpool will get at least a point out of this, if not more than that. I'm going for an optimistic 2-2, which will be very, very good for the eye. And then finally, of course, Fulham up against Spurs, the rearranged one. Of course, these two sides played each other in the last 6. Nothing for Fulham, 5 for Spurs, 1 draw last round. In Craven Cottage was 2-1 win for, of course, Spurs back in January 2019. Goal scorer Dele Alli, Harry Winks on scoring, Fernando Llorente with a big fat OG, giving Fulham some hope. Meanwhile, they also played each other this season at the Fancy Pants Stadium. At Tottenham was a 1-1 draw back in, of course, January. Harry Kane, Ivan Cavaliero on the score sheet. Heading into this, Spurs have actually won the last 5 away matches against Fulham in all comps. They come into this unbeaten in the last 5. That's Fulham, picking up 2 wins, 3 draws. Meanwhile, 3 wins in the past 4 games for Spurs have them believing again, perhaps, and they're scoring goals as well. In the past 3 games that they've won, they've scored 4 goals. They were a little bit unlucky to lose the game against Everton in the FA Cup. 5-4, Bobby Dazzler. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Where are we? Of course, 3-1 for Fulham. Of course, 11-10 on is your Spurs. 13-5 is the draw. Fulham are down to 18th, but a win for them, they could actually go as high as 16th in the table with a bit of a goal swing. As for Spurs, are in 8th. A win for them, they could close in on the likes of 6th place Liverpool as well. Going to go with a win for Spurs here. Not big, not impressive, but just enough to get over the line with a 1-0 win in the end. And if I'm right, which really well, I hope so, that's what the table will look like at the end of it. Of course, City and United will be still 12 points apart. Leicester City will be still in 3rd. Chelsea into 4th. Liverpool into 6th. Everton in 7th. West Ham are in 5th. At the foot of the table, Sheffield United, West Brom are going down. Looks like already. Fulham are keeping themselves in the discussion alongside Newcastle United and, of course, Brighton. But that's what I think. Of course, be sure to get your picks in really, really rapid, of course. If otherwise, you're not going to get your points in, because I'm going to be very, very harsh, because there's points on the board here for you guys to take. 7 up for grabs, and that could change the face of the place. But anyway, be sure to get your picks in nice and early down below, and we'll do it all again very, very soon, probably on Thursday, as we look forward to this weekend's matches. Until then, though, smash the thumbs up, smash subscribe, and see you all next time with some more Premier League action.